The night was unusually quiet, almost suffocating. I had been pacing the hallway for nearly 10 minutes, staring at the closed door across from mine. His room. I told myself I was just being paranoid. But deep inside, something pulled me toward it. A curiosity that refused to be silenced. Finally, I stepped forward. My hand trembled as it reached for the doorknob. The brass felt icy, as though it hadn't been touched in years. Slowly, I twisted it. The door creaked open with a sound that sliced through the silence. The room was darker than I expected. Only the faint glow of the moon slipped through the half-drawn curtains. My eyes darted around. The bed was neatly made, too neat for someone who supposedly lived there. A thick layer of dust clung to the furniture, as though the room hadn't been used in months. But then, I noticed something off. On the desk lay an old, leather-bound journal. The cover was cracked and faded, with initials I could barely make out. My pulse quickened. I shouldn't touch it, but my fingers betrayed me, flipping it open. The first page was filled with hurried handwriting, words etched so deep they nearly tore through the paper. She doesn't know yet. She thinks she's safe. But soon she'll understand. Soon she'll see what I've been hiding. My stomach twisted. Who was he writing about? Could it be me? I closed the journal quickly, heart hammering, when a soft click made me freeze. The door behind me had shut. Looking for something, a low voice whispered. I spun around, and there he was, standing in the shadows. His face was calm, almost too calm, but his eyes burned with something unreadable. I didn't mean to, I stammered, clutching the journal. You weren't supposed to see that, he said, stepping closer. My legs begged me to move, but I stood frozen as he reached for the book. Give it back, he ordered, his tone sharp now. No. The word slipped out before I could stop it. What are you hiding? His lips curled into a chilling smile. You really want to know? Before I could answer, he grabbed my wrist and pulled me toward the corner of the room. There, hidden behind a tall wardrobe, was a small door I hadn't noticed before. He pushed it open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. My breath caught. The air that drifted up was damp and metallic, reeking of something I couldn't place. He whispered almost to himself, "This is where it all begins." I shook my head violently. No, I'm not going down there. But his grip tightened. For a moment, I thought he would drag me in. Then suddenly, a noise echoed from below, the sound of chains rattling. He froze, his eyes darted toward me, then back to the stairwell. You shouldn't have come here, he muttered, almost regretfully. Then he shoved me back so hard I nearly fell against the bed. I scrambled to my feet, clutching the journal, and bolted for the door. My fingers fumbled with the knob, but it finally gave way. I burst into the hallway, lungs burning, footsteps thundering behind me. I didn't stop running until I was out of the house, gasping under the night sky. The next morning, I tried convincing myself it had all been a dream. But when I opened my hand, there it was, the journal, still clutched tightly in my grip that I flipped to the last page. The ink was fresh, written in the same frantic handwriting. She finally stepped into my room. Now she knows. And tonight she won't escape.